Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Music with Todd Ledbetter. Thanks for joining us. We are doing my favorite top 6 album picks of 2005. I'm glad you're here. It's a pretty good one today. I've got kind of an eclectic mix of albums from rock and roll to sort of synthy new wave pop to uh, straight on pop, basically. So this is my favorite albums from 2006, and I'm going to start with my number 6 album, and that is Queens of the Stone Age, Lullabies to Paralyze. Pretty cool album. The thing I like about Queens of Stone Age is that they really sound like themselves. They have a great sound. I like their rock and roll sound. Um, with songs like Everybody Knows That You're Insane and Tangled Up in Plaid and In My Head and Little Sister and Someone's in the Wolf, just super killer songs, great guitar licks, super cool leads. I like the vocals. It's just a very, very unique album to me in the rock genre. I like them a lot. Um, and so that was released in 2005, and that was my number 6 pick, Queens of the Stone Age. Really cool album. I've been liking them for quite a while now. Kind of didn't start out with them when they first released their albums, so I've kind of discovered them and kind of grown into them, as you do sometimes with music. You sort of miss things when they come out, and you pick them up later, and then you go back and you rediscover all the good things that you miss. So that's kind of cool, and that's kind of one thing that's awesome about music is there's always new music to find, isn't there? Yeah, so that's my number 6. So moving down to my moving up, I should say, getting towards number 1. We're at number 5, and my number 5 today for the year 2005 is the Mars Volta. The Mars Volta album. Where is it? I'm just looking here. Oh yeah, Francis the Mute. I love Mars Volta and the styling there. This album is fairly frantic the whole way through. I mean, there are some mellow transitions and parts and stuff like that. It's almost like one big long song. Every song leads into the next song in some way or fashion. Sometimes it's sound effects, sometimes it's musical interludes, sometimes it's just abrupt song change, but there's really no silence in between the songs. Very cool songs. I mean, I don't even know if I can pick out a favorite song, because when you listen to it, you just don't know what song is what. But I just love the way it sounds. And the Mars Volta is a very, very cool and very unique band. So I'm excited to be able to spotlight them today on my as my top 5, or my number 5 pick of 2005. So that moves us to 4, which is another sort of different band. You really can't put the Queens of the Stone Age and Mars Volta. I don't think they really compare in my book. They're very different in genre, I think, although they're definitely on the rock side. But this band isn't. I'm talking about my number 4 pick being Depeche Mode, Playing with the Angels, released in 2005. Now, this album has 12 songs. It's pretty long. It's 52 minutes, but it's got some great songs. And one of the cool songs is John the Revelator. I used to do a version of that song in one of my bands, and they do it very different and a very cool version. But songs like A Pain That I'm Used to, and Suffer Well, and The Sinner in Me, and Precious, and Damaged People, The Darkest Star. Yeah. So it's a very cool album, very Depeche Mode. It's that sort of new wave hits, sort of pop electric metal. I don't even know how you describe Depeche Mode, but uh, definitely one of my favorites in their genre for sure. They're definitely a little more hardcore, I think, not only with the song lyrics and meanings, some pretty hardcore meanings in the lyrics and the stories told there, but a cool use of the instruments too, I think. sometimes you get the synth, you get in the synth world and it just sounds so dated, and a lot of Depeche Mode stuff just sounds current for some reason. I don't know why. They don't have uh sort of the silly synth sounds that you hear sometimes when you go back and hear a song. You go, "Oh, I didn't notice that's so dated now." But not with Depeche Mode. I don't think so. So that's my number 4. All right, so we're gonna stay in the rock vein for sure, and with my next album, my number 3 album, and that would be the Foo Fighters and their album "In Your Honor." Another great Foo Fighter album. I know I've uh, featured them before. It's one of my favorite albums. Just really not a bad album with the Foo Fighters. There's just something about to me, I would put them in a similar category as Queens of the Stone Age, yet, and I think that they both have their own very unique sound. It's almost like Foo Fighters when you hear them, and it's not just Dave's voice. I don't think. I think it's just the whole band, even though they've had different members, but a lot of the songwriting being Dave really proves itself to be very cohesive as a band. And yet this particular album is unique because it's as far as the album as they feature on Spotify, because I never owned this album like a CD or anything. So on Spotify, it's a double album, and the second side is pretty acoustic. It's a very acoustic side, and really, really good acoustic songs. Still and Miracle and Over and Out and Razor, Virginia Moon. Those are very cool songs. If you like sort of the acoustic Foo Fighters, um, but very, very well done, in my opinion. You've got No Way Back and Best of You as a hit. I like DOA is great. The last song, Free Me. The Deepest Blues are back. Over and End, or End Over End, excuse me. Very good album. The Foo Fighters. It's an hour and 23 minutes because of the double album. So very cool. It's a lot to listen to there. All right, let's see. Now, number 2. All right, so getting a little different genre in my opinion. And let's go here to oh, what did I do? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and give away my number 1 if you're paying attention. Anyways, the Death Cab for Cutie, just Death Cab for Cutie, not the Death Cab for Cutie. This is a great album. Plans, and I love it start to finish. I've listened to this thing so many times. Marching Band in Manhattan, of course, everybody knows Soul Meets Body, and I Will Follow You into the Dark. My son does an acoustic version of that song. I love hearing him play that song when he plays it out live. Very cool album. Someday You Will Be Loved. A lot of cool bass riffs. I've said that before about Death Cab for Cuties. I really like some of the bass riffs. And of course, the songwriting is great as well. I love the vocal styling too. All right, so that brings us to number 1 for 2005 of my top 6 picks, my favorite albums of 2006. I mean, there's just so many to choose from that you might like different ones. And I encourage you to just comment below on what your favorites might be. If you like some of these that I like, or if you like others that from 2005, let me know what you like, and be cool to find out. But this is kind of a funny one. Rob Thomas, Something to Be. This is his first solo album. I have I don't know. I have like a sort of a different sort of appreciation for Rob Thomas for some reason. I mean, as sort of a songwriter and a singer and a collaborator, he's very, very talented in my opinion, and I really like his style. I like his voice. Some people don't like that quivering that he does sometimes. I don't mind it so much because it's not all the time, and it sort of accents, his style. But a great songwriter nevertheless. Of course, he wrote "Smooth" with Carlos Santana, and was that kind of sort of solidified him as a songwriter as well. But this is great. "Lonely No More" and "Something to Be" and "Problem Girl." Uh, "Fallen to Pieces," great song, and this is a beautiful "Now Comes the Night," sort of ends the album, kind of brings it to a close. But I think he's an amazing songwriter, and I really like his melodies. And lyrically, he kind of focuses on his own sort of experiences. I think he mentions that in some interviews where he used to try to write sort of outside himself and sort of write for the fans and what sort of stories. But uh he mostly writes according to his words, sort of about his own experiences, and I think that's really cool. Very cool. Like 3 a.m. was about his which he wrote for. He was the lead singer for Matchbox 20, as you probably recall. uh but he wrote that song 3 a.m. about his mother and her battle with cancer. Uh, so that was a big hit for him early on in their career. So Rob Thomas, my number one, "Something to Be," his first solo album in 2005. "Death Cab for Cutie," "Plans," Foo Fighters, "In Your Honor" is 3, and Depeche Mode playing "The Angel" is 4, Mars Volta, "Francis the Mute" is 5, and 6 is Queens of the Stone Age, "Lullaby to Paralyzed." I don't know why I like that word "paralyzed." I use that in a song that I wrote before. I like that word. It's kind of fun to rhyme to. Anyways, hey guys, thanks for watching. Hey, also, if you stick around this long and you like this series or some of the other series that I'm doing, go down in the description and there's some ways you can help the channel. Really, there's not, I'd like to do this more often. I've explained that before. It's just hard because you can't really make any money on YouTube uh, unless you're selling stuff, or uh, and that kind of thing. So I have a couple of options down there, and that one is a coffee brand, Life Boost Coffee. It's super great. It's a delicious coffee. So if you want some high-end coffee that you're not going to get in the grocery store, check out that and place yourself an order and use my discount code Todd30 to get a deep discount there on your first order. And then also I've got Teespring, so I've got some t-shirts and coffee mugs and stuff like that. If you're interested, sort of my brand, and there's Venmo and PayPal, and something that I haven't really mentioned, and is that I also have a Patreon too that I post to, which is where you can join. There's some free stuff on there. You can go over to my Patreon. There's a link down in the description, and click on that. And you can see some of the interviews, but they're also posted on YouTube. But I'm also posting some content that's exclusive for Patreon. And one of the things I'm posting, and hopefully I'll get that done today, is I am going to post the Supertramp album, "Crime of the Century." We're going to do an album review of "Crime of the Century," and that's going to be posted on Patreon for those of you that would like to check on that. And there's different membership levels, and you get different things, and you even get the opportunity, if you were so inclined, to even co-host a show with me if you were so inclined and you wanted to choose that membership level, and we could pick some of the songs that you like and talk about what kind of music you're into. So those are some of the things that you can do to help out. But just by sharing this video, I don't know if you realize that or not, but sharing this video is huge because that helps other people see what you're listening to and what you like, and also helps the algorithms to promote it to other people. So thank you guys so much. Speaking of Supertramp, though, this last thing, I'm also going to do ranking the albums of Supertramp. So we're going to rank the albums of Supertramp, and that's coming up pretty quick here. As soon as this one goes up, I'm going to start on that. And so that'll be on YouTube, and then also check out the Patreon later. And for now, but soon I'm going to have the Super Tramp Crime of the Century album up for an album review up on Patreon. So we'll see you over there as well. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys so much. Remember to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and definitely share this video through your Facebook and also your YouTube. Thank you. Bye-bye.